Hi, it's Elizabeth.
And Dustin.
On the Toy Hoarder today, we have part 2 of the Robo Chogokin Toy Story toys. In part 1, of course, we did the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Chogokin, and for part 2, we have the Woody Robo Sheriff Star. And then, of course, part 3 will be building them both together into what is called the Gangrate King. Alright guys, if you are new to the channel or have not yet had a chance to subscribe, please do take a moment here, pause the video, and hit that red subscribe button down below. Okay. Are you ready?
I don't know. Can you handle it?
Alright, so it is taped at the top, and then you can pull it open. It does say that it's the Woody Robo Sheriff Star.
Don't forget your instruction packet.
Okie doke. So this is what this looks. Did I show the size of the box? I don't think I showed you guys the size of the box. I'm sorry. I will show that. Hold on. Hold on. Wait.
She's too excited for her life.
Alright, so here's what this box looks like, and this side actually does match up with the other box to make a full picture here. Can you help me, please?
Sorry.
Thank you. Alright. This comes out, it's a big block of styro. Yeah! Dustin, was there a comic book in the bottom of the other one?
I do not believe so. But something interesting, the instructions for making the big one aren't in this one. But
This isn't a comic book. This is a hardcover book in here.
that is super exciting.
Okay. Oh man. I hope this isn't in Japanese. Okay, guys, the book is in English and Japanese.
And that is pretty awesome.
So here is this book. It is solid hardcover book. And it looks like it's got all 3 robots. The Buzz, the Woody, and the big guy in here. And then some different artwork. I might do a part 4 where I read this book to you guys. Just as a bonus part. So if you guys are interested in that, do let me know in the comments down below. But it'll just be a short reading with the images. So
They also don't give us a tool. This is the one from the other set.
we don't need a tool on this set.
It says we do for Slinky, so.
Okay. Alright, so this one, kind of like the other one, does break down into 5 different character robots. Although I guess one of them was kind of a spaceship in the other one. So here is Ham. He does look a little bit strange because he is a Transformer. Here is Rex. Bullseye, complete with thrusters, which is pretty cool actually. These are weird rocket booster things that are attached to him. We got Slinky Dog.
With tank treads.
And then, of course, Woody. Alright, and then we should have an instruction manual in here as well.
Yep.
So I'm going to show you guys these instructions up close. If you would like to pause it anywhere to look at them more in depth, please feel free to do so. They're mostly in Japanese with little bits of English as far as on the keys, different arrows and things, and a couple of warnings. So here we go. Here is this booklet. I'm not going to show it real long, so do pause it if you need to, guys. All right. So there it is, and we will show you how to build it in just a minute. Okay guys, a couple of extra fun things on Woody and Slinky. So Woody's hat does come off, which is pretty fun that you can remove that, and oops. And it is actually a little bitty spaceship. So that's kind of fun to play with like that, and the wings go up and down, so that's kind of fun. And Slinky Dog, there we go. Woody does stand on his own, by the way. I'm like right off camera here, sorry guys. But you just have to position him appropriately to do that. Do his spurs also spin, which is a super nice detail. Unfortunately, you can't do anything with his pull string, but it would probably break off if they made it anything too intensive. I do like that he has his draw arm, and it is the arm where his holster is, so I think that's kind of great. Alright guys, Slinky does extend and retract, and his tail swishes as you extend and retract him. He also has the neck that goes up and down. That one doesn't move as well as far as springiness, but that's pretty fun. Alright. There's also a piece on Bullseye's saddle that will briefly flip up right here, and that goes into Woody's back when he rides him. So it's on his back right there. See if I can get this to work out. There we go. It's close. It does look a little bit obnoxious because his knees can't bend down. Yeah. But it is still cool that he can ride on him. This is really neat. They're pretty posable toys. I mean, he can touch his face, so that's pretty cool. Very posable, very nice loose joints. Not loose as in too loose, but loose enough that I can move it easily.
They're very mobile joints.
Yeah. Alright, the how to build. Here we go. Alright, the first thing you're going to do is take off Woody's hat. Woody's hat is already removed, so I am not going to worry about that. Now this part is super important, you guys. You're going to bend his elbows backwards behind him. Okay, and that is super important for him to be able to fit how he needs to in a moment. So then the cuffs of his boots, I guess is the best way I can put that, will go up and spin, and they actually click into the little hole right here. So pull it up and spin it. Now you're gonna have to pull this piece up too. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. But you're gonna pull it up and spin it until it clicks into that place. So here is what Woody should look like before he is ready to go, and then you will push his boots downwards. That's the extent of him. Now it's interesting because like you kind of partially transform everybody and then put everyone together, so it's a little weird, and it's going to be more difficult to figure out how to do on your own. Okay, so you're going to put Slinky's head down, and you're going to put each of his legs upside down and backwards, and his ears forward. Now his ears are actually going to make a claw hand for the robot later. Underneath Slinky, there's a piece that you need to pull out, and this is a really tough piece to get out. This piece right here needs to come out, and I had a screwdriver earlier. I'm gonna get a screwdriver in a little bit to do that because I don't have one right this second. So we'll work on Rex. Okay, Rex's torso piece comes down, and his arms go back upwards against this torso piece. And then his tail comes upwards, and as you bring his tail up, you will see this foot piece that's making an appearance here. You're gonna keep pulling on that and then spread it apart. This is gonna be where the toe is on this, a toe and a knee eventually. So there's a slot in the back of the tail that connects to here. And then his head actually keeps going all the way around and tucks back down into his bottom. His legs should sit flat like this. So there's what you're looking at for Rex. And sorry, I didn't show you the slinky one that you're looking at. Okay, then I think we're gonna transform Ham next, yes? Alright, so you're gonna pull out these pieces on the side and push them backwards so that they hang low. Then his belly opens, and you're gonna need to pull these pieces out. So the whole thing comes down. And then his head goes back down into his body. And this closes back up again. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get it to stay real well. But then you're going to pull out these 4 pieces. So one at the front, one at the back, and then these 2 little side stepper pieces. So here's your front of the toe that's going to be down there. Alright, so you're done with Ham, and here's what he should look like. Then you're going to work on Bullseye. Bullseye is a bit of an interesting one. So I actually was supposed to have his rockets out like this. So you're going to pull his rockets out to the back. And then you're going to flip his legs all upside down. So the saddle's still on top here, but all of his legs are going to be going the same direction here. And you're going to spin his hooves inward. Now, when we flip him upside down, this whole rocket piece will spin. And once this is spun out of the way, this opens up, and inside there is a little covered wagon, which is adorable, by the way. So you're going to pull that piece out and shut this door again. Now you want to get this piece inside of his neck, so it's kind of coming out of his neck like this, and you want to push his head upwards. You see how now there's a gap right here? Then once you push his head up, you can get his face down in here so that the barrel comes out perpendicular to where his face is. Now his saddle comes up as well, so you can turn his tail this way. This box opens, and you can see the 2 fists in here, so you're going to need to pull those out. They're not always the easiest to get out, but once you can get a grip on them, you can pull the fists out. Now it's each of them is a half of a fist, so you're going to need to close that back up again, and now you've got the full fist here coming out. There's a thumb on that side. This is the part that I was telling you was tricky. Okay. You're going to have to slide Woody in through here, and now I'm going to tell you about the connection points first because it's a little bit difficult. So there's a connection point right on the top of his back pull string here, and then right on the top of the back of his head. Those are the 2 points you're going to need to connect to the 2 pieces that come out of the top of the saddle here, guys. So on the side where the rockets are, that's where you're going to slide him in. Do be careful with that nose. There you go, got that nose in there. Whoops. My hands are falling. Alright. Try to get him high enough to connect his head on this side. There we go, guys. Then when you close this piece will kind of bunch around his neck and should help hold him in. Alright. It does say to put the legs on first, and your legs are going to be Ham and Rex, but these legs do get a bit tricky here, guys. So it was easier for me to get the hat, head, and arm on first. So I'm going to put Slinky's arm in here. And then I'm going to try to get Woody's hat on without pushing him all the way down. There we go. And once you put the hat down, you can pull it back up, and that'll show the Transformer face. So now he's pretty close, except he's got these teeny tiny legs. So he needs these crazy pants here. So you're going to slide Woody's leg in, and right at the bottom of these pants, there's a little slit that's going to connect at the front of each of these pant legs that we've got. A little bit difficult to do, but do what you can, guys. Alright, got one. There we go. You have to slide it in just right, guys. And then I accidentally pulled this arm off, so that's my bad. Sorry. It's really hard to get this arm in all the way. I don't like that very much, but that's better. Alright, guys, and he seems to be standing a little bit better this time, but he's still leaning pretty bad. There's just so much weight on the back of him. I have been turning around Bullseye's legs here, upside down, so that they'll kind of bend. And then bending his legs down. That's been giving a little less weight on top here. And seems to be better on him. This also should help a little bit. Okay, I do appreciate that these rockets become belt loops and then they're sort of on the side of him. I think that's kind of fun. But for some reason, my legs are different heights right now, and that's making him fall over. So I don't really know why his toes are not. There we go. Now it's all the way out. There we go. Okay. So make sure you pull his toes all the way out, but he's still just kind of falling over, and I can't tell if it's because the toes aren't still quite flat enough, or there's just too much weight on top. I don't know, but I didn't have this problem with the Buzz Lightyear one, so I really don't know, you guys, but this is the final version. Okay. We assembled it. It was definitely more difficult than the Buzz Lightyear one. Well, okay, it was more difficult to assemble than the Buzz Lightyear one, but the instructions were slightly easier to follow. There are a couple instructions in the Buzz Lightyear one where we were kind of confused and had to fiddle with it for a little bit before we realized what they were trying to show us. He's got kind of this tilt here happening and also a backwards tilt. Like there's just too much weight on the top of him. I don't know. The whole thing just keeps kind of falling apart at the torso, and I don't want to mess with it right now because the rest of it's just going to fall off. I don't know why this is such a struggle. The ham will not stay closed, and the bullseye will not stay connected to Woody, and then when it does stay connected to Woody, he just kind of falls backwards. So overall, maybe this was the first one that they made, and they just didn't really think it all the way through. I don't know. I haven't watched any reviews on this before. I'm not sure if it's mine or if all of them have this issue, but it's a little bit disappointing here. I'm like really worried to display it like this because I'm afraid it's just gonna fall down, and since it's made of this die-cast material, it'll scratch everything up. So I don't know, but we are going to show you how to disassemble it.
Ooh, me first.
Okay, please be careful.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here we go. Got the hat off.
No, I want to take the other arm off. It's weird that it's, you know, attached like this.
Yeah.
What I want to try to do is get this off of Woody, because it fell off anyway. Come on. Oh, I had to open that to take it off of Woody, huh? Derp. He has got such a big nose. How did I get his face in here? Okay. No, this way, this way, this way. Where did the rockets go behind him? Oh, here we go. I think it's a little easier to transform them back into the animals because it's more intuitive of what you know what it's gonna look like versus the more abstract robot thing. I wish this actually stayed on Slinky's head.
Got it.
Alright, you gotta get it out of here now.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you don't have to open that to take it out.
There you go.
Oh, this goes back in here.
Was that too loud?
Alright. Overall, I think nice quality of each of the toys, except when it was all the way built, we had those problems that I did discuss. I do like that the top of his hat has a sheriff's badge on it. I think that's cool. Anything else you wanted to add about this?
I really liked that. So, you know, the silly things like Slinky actually slinks. That made me really happy.
I wish there were actual projectiles.
It's if it wasn't such a collector's item, I'd say it'd make a great toy for, you know, your kid for imaginative play, but
they will probably get scratched up pretty easy. I wouldn't get them to younger kids. And there actually are several warnings inside of the instruction booklet that the paint will chip off and all of this. So because it's this die-cast metal and covered in paint, be very careful. Lots of scratch hazards. So if you're going to be giving this to a kid who's going to be scratching it against things and against each other and clashing them together and that sort of thing, they are going to get messed up. I mean, that being said, it kind of depends on when you got this. So they were $50 each at GameStop. Then they went up on the internet after you couldn't get them anymore. So, and you have to get both of them to make the big one, which there will be a part 3 where we are going to make the giant Chogokin. All right, anything else?
I think that wraps it up.
All right, guys. Well, let us know what you thought of these down in the comments below. If you have not had a chance to subscribe yet, or if you are new to the channel, please do hit that red subscribe button down below as well. Then leave a like, leave a comment. Go check out our channel for plenty of other toy reviews and other fun videos.
And click the bell if you want notifications whenever we post a new video.
Until next time, have a great time playing.
Bye.